possible healing of their intestinal lining. Allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB.
I don't even know where to start. I came out here today with the intention of trying to do a camp in the rain. I have been wanting to camp in the rain for weeks and weeks. Every time I try to do it, something comes up. The weather predicts rain. I go out and it doesn't rain, and I call it quit. Or the weather says there isn't rain, and then I don't go out, and then it rains all day. Or I get busy and life happens. So weather is predicting some rain for later. So we'll see what happens. But I'm out here. I'm enjoying nature, so that's wonderful. Goodness sake. Enjoying nature. Bugs are horrendous. So on the way in, just filming some hiking scenes was rough because the bugs were just all over the place. I mean, it was crazy how many mosquitoes there were. Go figure, it's summer, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to camp in the rain. We'll see. But I'm out here. I'm gonna make the best of it. But the first thing what I wanted to do when I got back in here was to start a fire because I wanted to clear the mosquitoes out. Hopefully I can show it to you, editing it down a bit, but it took me forever. I mean, it took me at least 45 minutes to get a fire started, which it never does. And I don't even process firewood that often because you can always, in most cases, you can get fire started with just twigs and what's lying around or what's tipped over, and you break off a dead branch and dead twigs and stuff like that. So that is like the perfect time for when you want to process firewood and create kindling and baton branches down into finer twigs. That would be the perfect time when it's wet like this. But I couldn't do that because the mosquitoes were just swarming me. So I didn't have much of a choice but to try to use the instant fire, like the little fire starting powder stuff. So it took a while to get that fire going. And I got a nice big bed of coals now, so I should be able to burn whatever. I still am going to go out and try to baton some firewood down, but I'm finally to a point where I've got some stability here. I've got a fire going. The mosquitoes are somewhat cleared out. They're still messing with me a bit, but I've got plenty of daylight left, so I got to figure out what to do. Got a few different ideas, but before I can do anything, I'm going to have a little bit of the old banana flask. That's good stuff. And we're also going to have ourselves some Lagunitas. Is that how you say that? Lagunitas daytime. It's a light IPA, basically, is what it is. Cheers. All right, I got a few more things that we need to get going here, so let's get to it. I'm completely and totally drenched, and it's not because I got caught in the rain. It's because the humidity is excessively high. Having said that, I still have to get firewood. Luckily, there's two pieces right there.
First ever Nissan Rogue Rock Creek.
One of these people uses the new Colgate Total Active Prevention System. It's 15 times more effective at fighting the root cause of many oral health problems.
Now I'm going to tie a good old Canadian jam knot. It's a regular knot in the end there. Wrap the line around. Tie a knot like that. Hopefully that makes sense what I did. Bada bing. And then over here, we'll do a nice taut line hitch. 2 on the outside, 1 on the inside, something like that. Bada bing. I should mention that I'm tying this line because I'm going to take a tarp up over the back and then up over the top at an angle. I'm going to prop that up with 2 sticks because if it does rain, I want to give myself like a little porch kind of balcony type area. I've got a tent to sleep in, but I want an area to kind of hang out and chill in. I also want to hang up my backpack. So what I like to do is just have your line with a little bit of slack in it. Pull a little bite like that. Run a twig in there. Ta-da! And for another easy piece of firewood that doesn't require cutting, bada bing! Okay, so as I'm eyeballing all of this out, I noticed that this fire is going to be way too close to the tarp that I want to bring up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up with the tarp, stake it in at the bottom, angle it up, maybe come in like this so that I have kind of like a porch type of area when it's supposed to rain later. But if I do that, I'm going to have the tarp over top of the fire. So this is no bueno. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this fire and I'm going to have to move it right here. So this is going to be a project, moving a campfire. Step one to transferring the fire. I'm going to need some new kindling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disassemble the fire, take the coal bed, move it back on top of a new bed of wood, and then add kindling and build the fire back up. It should be very quick. But because I've gotten the bugs to die down and I have the luxury of doing it now, I'm going to go ahead and get a nice, solid piece of firewood, and I'm going to process it down into kindling. That is some good firewood. There we go. Ideally, you would use rocks for a fire pit. I don't have access to that. So what I'm doing is I'm using super, super punky wood. That wood basically doesn't really catch on fire, just smolders. So the idea is to contain the embers. So this triangle with me in the front should be plenty to get the job done for what I'm trying to do. So you can see the fire is going again. It did take a little bit of time to get it going. That will catch. We'll get all the old stuff back on it. And then we'll get to setting up the tarp. And there's another piece of firewood. I'm all set up. It was a fun experience, kind of figuring out how to set up the tarp. I've never set it up in this kind of configuration before. I don't think it's that half bad for first try of doing it. If that doesn't earn Banana Flask, I don't know what does. Beer number 2, lemon Hefeweizen, German ale with lemon. That's lemony, all right. Banana Flask.